Hi, this is Kate from Izzalicious Designs. Today I want to show you how to do a very simple little jack-o'-lantern pumpkin charm. Very easy. You can attach it to one of the little keychain fob things for your backpack. You can make them for your friends for Halloween in your class. They don't take that many bands, and they don't take very long, and they're very easy. So this is what we're going to be doing today, and you can change whether you want your mouth to be sad or smiley. I've used bands for the eyes for this one, but you can also use little beads as well. With the beads, I use the 4mm by 7mm mini pony beads. So I'm going to do that one using the beads, and as I said, this one I use the bands. So let's get started. Single loom, you're going to have it in the offset configuration. So columns 1 and 3 are going to be slightly lower than column 2. The open part of the peg is going to be facing towards you, just like we normally do it. Now, how we're going to start, we are going to double band, and double band, for those that don't know, is where you take two bands of the same colour and you place them on the pegs together. Okay, like that. So I'm going to put two brown bands on this very top peg and just drop them. And then I'm going to take another two and go from the centre to the right, and another two and go from the centre to the left. Okay, that's all that we need for brown bands. So that's 6 brown bands, 2, 4 and 6. Okay, now we're going to use our orange bands. Again, double banding. 2 bands coming down this way, 1, 2, and these are pairs, 3 pair and 4 pair. Let's do the sides. 1, 2. So we're going to do 3 pair this side and 3 pair this side. So for those of you that are counting, this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 bands so far. 22, going from the centre up here. 24. If they get twisted, just put your hook around the inside and just twist it around, move it around the inside of the band, and it will untwist. Now, when you do crossover bands, take a single band, stretch it out and figure 8 it on your fingers and double it over on itself. That's a capped band, and we're going to put that at the bottom. And then we're going to just take a single and put it over these 3 pegs here, and another single and put them here. We're going to put an end cap here, okay? Take a single, wrap it once and twice, and you're going to pop that on the end here. So, if we're counting bands, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, and the end cap is 24 so far. We're going to make him a chubbier, rounder little pumpkin. Now, we're going to put his eyes here, and I want his eyes to go on this band that we're using as a crossover. So I'm just going to take that off for a second. Now, if we were doing black bands for the eyes, you're going to take a single band, wrap it once, twice, 3 times, like that, and do the same for another one. Whoops. Once, twice, 3 times. Okay. Now, to stop the bands from falling to the back of your pumpkin's head, okay, take a single band and you're going to twist it once, twice, and 3 times and place across here first. Then you're going to take your black bands and slide them onto the orange band. Put one this side, one this side, and then in order to make it a crossover band, pop your hook through the centre and take the top part of the band and lift it up over this peg here. If you're going to do beads, you would do the same thing. Instead of wrapping your bands, you use your beads, and again you still put this one to stop them falling to the back, and slide your beads onto your band. Put one on one side of the peg, one on the other side, and then again down the center, lift that side of the band up and over this peg, and these are the little eyes. We do the mouth after the fact, okay? We're actually going to do the mouth afterwards. But we do want him to be a little chubbier on the sides. So what I'm going to do, rather than putting layers down, which I don't find is very effective, we're going to add some chains, okay? And it can be a little tricky, but I know you can do it. First of all, let's go through that end cap and grab the first 2 orange bands and loop them to their side. And then the same on the other side, like that. And the same for the middle. We don't want to leave the middle out, so let's loop that one up as well. Now the middle one, we can loop up all the way. Okay, that's perfectly fine. You can loop that center all the way up. Now for these side ones, this is where we're going to do a bit of fancy footwork. You're going to use you're going to take two bands in your hand. You're going to use these little loops that you've just made here, okay? Push your hook through them and grab 2 bands and pull through and reclaim. Okay, now you're not through this pair of bands here, just these 2 here. And what we're going to do is chain another pair. All right, and that's going to make it a bit chubbier, but we want to add it to the existing crossover band that's here. So before we link it up to a peg, we're going to grab our hook, okay, and we're going to put, and I go from the top down, so stretch your crossover band over and pop the end of your 2 bands on. So you've now got your band with the crossover band trapped in the middle. Take another pair of bands and you're going to pull that through, and you might have to twist your hook just a few times just so you don't snag that band. Take another 2, pull through. There's no crossover band to worry about. Now we have the crossover band, so go from the top. Now if you look here, you've got the 2 bands. You've got the one that you twisted originally, but you've also got the one that had the eyes on. We're going to go for the one that has the eyes on, so it's the top. Okay, add the loop that were on your fingers, pull through another pair, carefully does it, twist your hook around a bit, like so. We've got 1 pair, 2 pair, 3 pair, 4 pair, 5 pair, and the last pair, you don't have anything to add to it. Just pop that on like so, and we're going to link this up and pop it onto that top peg like that. Okay, so we have this little side extension bit done here. Let's do the same on the other side. So a pair, and if you like I can zoom in so you can see clearly what I'm doing. Let's make sure we're in focus. So you're just going through these 4 bands here. Grab your 2 bands and pull through and reclaim. Chain another 2. Now, it's between these 2 that you want this crossover. So hold on to the end here and grab that crossover band, put it on your hook, and then reclaim the other side. Get a few more orange bands here. 2 bands, and you're going to pull through all of this. Okay, like that. Reclaim. Now this pair, again, there we are. Grab that top one, pull in. This is number 5th pair. Pull through. And then our 6th pair we attach to our peg up here like that. Alright, dig down, grab these 2 orange bands and you're going to loop up. And we loop up all the way to the top. and the same on this side. Loop up. Now we go dig down for the 2 brown bands and loop them to one side in the middle, and the other 2, and loop in. Now these pair that we had here, all we're going to do is dig down past all of those bands and find those 2 bottom ones and pull up like so, and take one closest to you up and over and pull tight, and that's going to be our little bit that we attach. Now I've got one of these little backpack clips. These are very cheap, you can buy them from your craft shop. If you wanted to add these, all you would do is pop through like this, splay open and pop through. Okay, so that's how you would add a little backpack. Now when I take things off my loom, I have to admit I like to use a hook so I don't put extra pressure on the bands. I'm just going to take this off gently so I don't snap anything, and so my loom doesn't come apart while I'm doing it. And let's zoom out a bit so you can see what I'm doing. Here we go, so there's the little eyes popping through here. Pull him out a bit because he is supposed to be sort of a squat little round shape. There we go. That's his little stalk happening here. Now I don't think that's particularly even. I'm going to try and even that up. There we are. Now for his mouth, quite easy. You're going to have 2 bands, black bands. All you're going to do is find a spot through the bands. Now I've got a loop going here. I'm going to go through these 2 here. I'm going to zoom in again so you can see what I'm doing. Here we go. So if you have a look, this band here goes around and in here. I'm going in here and in the 2 from the next loop to it. I'm going to take a single band and pull it back through and do one over the other. So I've literally just put I've got the 2 loops here, one over the other. Okay, I'm just going to let that sit there for the second, and I'm going to do the same on this side. So I went through these 2 here and these 2 here. Okay, and again I'm going to pull that through and put one over the other. I'm going to have both of those little black loops on my hook, and I'm going to take an orange band and I'm going to connect these together like so, and I'm going to take one over the other, and keeping this tight and close together, I'm going to pull tight like that. Now if you wanted a happy smile, all you would need to do is go through maybe even this end cap here at the bottom and pull that orange, I'm sorry, not yellow, through like that, and you want these to sort of be a little closer together. Okay, so you'd pull it through like that and you could tie it at the back. If you want a grumpy looking face, you do the opposite. You're going up the top here like that, take that orange loop, pull it back, and there you've got a grumpier looking little face. And then with this little orange band, all you're going to do is hide it behind some of these bands at the back here, just like that. So as you can see, I'm going to make him have a little grumpy face. As you can see, it really doesn't take that many bands to do this. Pull this down a bit. You can try and get these to sit closer together. It's a bit difficult because it is stitches. But there's his little grumpy face. And there's our other one with a smiley face with it going up and down. So, nice and easy. Take care. Enjoy making. Bye.